Mr. Hudgins is the president and CEO of California Canning Peaches Association, Sacramento, California. He has also testified on behalf of the National Council of Farmer Cooperatives. Mr. Hudgins, you will be recognized for 5 minutes.
Chairman Schuler, Ranking Member Lukemeyer, and members of the subcommittee. My name is Rich Hudgins, and I am President and CEO of the California Canning Peach Association, a grower-owned marketing and bargaining cooperative which represents nearly 500 growers who produce 80% of the nation's canned peach supply. I am also a council member of the National Council of Farmer Cooperatives, or NCFC. On behalf of my California clink peach grower members, and more broadly of the more than 2 million farmers and ranchers who belong to one or more farmer co-ops, I appreciate this opportunity to submit testimony regarding issues facing co-ops in the specialty crop industry. As you may know, farmer co-ops are businesses owned and controlled by farmers and ranchers and offer the best opportunity for our nation to realize the farmer-focused ideal of an enduring, competitive agricultural industry. Farmer co-ops supply just about any agricultural input imaginable, provide credit and related financial services, including export financing, and market a wide range of commodities and value-added products. Earnings from these activities are returned to their farmer members on a patronage basis, helping to improve their income from the marketplace. These earnings are then recycled through rural communities as farmers and ranchers purchase goods and services from local businesses. Established in 1922, the California Canning Peach Association is the nation's oldest farm bargaining association. As a farm co-op, the CCPA is owned and directed by its grower members and dedicated to serving their needs with a variety of services. Our average member grows just 40 acres of peaches and typically farms other tree crops as well. Many of the issues before Congress have the potential to impact farmer co-ops, and especially the future of the specialty crop industry. Those issues include climate change, immigration and labor, food safety, as well as water, international trade, tax issues, and farm bill implementation. And believe it or not, farmer co-ops also have a stake in pension issues, especially in light of the market crash last year. I will highlight just a few of these issues today, but urge the committee to refer to my written statement for more details. While NCFC supports an energy policy that maximizes energy independence, farmer co-ops and their members are very concerned that current proposals will result in higher business costs, including those related to energy, fuel, and fertilizer. For specialty crops, there's very little data on the potential gains or the impacts that this diverse sector may face from a cap-and-trade program like the one recently passed by the House. Production of many fruits, vegetables, and tree nuts is a resource-intensive process involving considerable investment in inputs and energy. It is unclear if or how specialty crop producers will benefit from an agricultural offsets program. Furthermore, those agricultural products with the least opportunity to participate in an offset market, specialty crops for instance, will have the highest sensitivity to competition from international competitors such as China and South America, who are not subject to the same emissions reduction standards. Another vital issue to the future of the specialty crop industry is immigration and labor. Farmer co-ops and their member owners must have access to an adequate, dependable, and flexible labor force in order to ensure their continued competitiveness in the international marketplace. Thousands of U.S. family farmers provide this country with the lowest cost, safest, and most reliable food supply in the world. But in order to do so, they need an immigration policy which permits temporary guest workers to pick our fruits and vegetables, milk our cows, and perform all the other jobs that are being filled today by workers who lack legal status. Just as we cannot have a thriving Wall Street while Main Street suffers, we cannot have a thriving Main Street in rural America if more of our food production is forced to relocate outside the borders of the U.S. The question for members of Congress is whether the harvest will take place in our country or in a foreign country. A cornerstone to President Obama's domestic policy agenda is the goal of energy independence. Wouldn't it be ironic if we developed a new strategy for energy independence only to find ourselves more reliant on something even more vital to our country than oil, the nation's food supply? The final issue I'll mention is the Child Nutrition Act, which must be reauthorized this year. Whether it's the National School Lunch Program, the School Breakfast Program, and the WIC program, NCFC supports increasing the consumption of all fruits and vegetables without pitting one form or fruit or vegetable against another. Sound science and the USDA's dietary guidelines do not distinguish between fresh, canned, dried, or frozen fruits and vegetables, and we encourage Congress not to make a distinction either. Our goal should be increased fruit and vegetable consumption, which will lead to a healthier future for all sectors of the society and reduce future healthcare costs for our nation. In closing, let me thank you for the opportunity to testify today. We appreciate your attention to these issues, and I'd be happy to respond to any questions.